One thing, you guy behind the mic right now, we are the guys here doing one thing.
You know, usually the only time you see faces like that on NBA players is when the paternity test results come back, okay?
Well, when you act the way Rodman did, they're going to make fun of you, and certainly he became instant late-night material. But, you know, this situation could not be less funny to one American family, the family of Kenneth Bae. He has been held hostage in North Korea for over a year. And now, Dennis Rodman is adding to their torment with his shouting and with his singing. Why do I say that? Breaking just moments ago, this is an AP image of Rodman singing Happy Birthday to the North Korean leader, Kim Jong-un. So much for the basketball game against the North Koreans not being a birthday gift, I guess. A game the American team lost, by the way. But most disturbing to the Bae family was that Rodman in our interviews seemed to suggest Kenneth Bae is in prison for good reason.
If you understand what Kenneth Bae did,
yeah?
Do you understand what he did?
What did he do? You tell me.
Country.
You tell me. What did he do?
And no. You tell me. You tell me. Why is he held captive?
They haven't released any charges. They haven't released any reason.
Listen.
We're joined now by Terry Chung. She's Kenneth Bae's sister. Terry, thank you for joining us. Do me a favor. Let's just take a walk down the road of instability for 1 second with Dennis Rodman. That particular outburst was meaningful to me, and here's why, and I want to get what you think about this. Somebody obviously told him something about what your brother did that he found compelling. It is easy to dismiss Dennis Rodman, and you probably should. However, are you concerned that his vehemence about your brother reflects the North Korean regime's confidence in their prosecution of him?
I was shocked by his words, and I think I don't think Dennis Rodman, I'm not sure where he's getting his information, and I'm not sure how much credence I would give to his outburst. I don't think he's certainly not a diplomat and not an authority on this case at all, and I don't think he has in any kind of position to remark on his case, especially after making it clear he has no intention to help.
Right, but my concern is that somebody must have told him something, because he was very passionate that he knew something, that Kenneth Bae is bad, and that's why he's there. And that's why I asked the question, because obviously the challenge here will be getting North Korea to reassess its position.
Right. Yeah, it's hard to know who he was talking to and what the opinions that he was reflecting. I certainly hope that's not the case. We understand and have to accept that North Korea has passed judgment on my brother in their courts, and I'm not in a position to dispute that. However, we do know for certainty that Kenneth Bae had never any hostile intentions against the DPRK. I am sorry that his intentions to help were interpreted unkindly and, as deemed as hostile against the state. But I can say with certainty that he never had any intentions to overthrow the government.
The silver lining is that because of Rodman's outburst, your brother's situation is getting attention. So many may be coming to it for the first time. So let's remind. The North Korean regime says that he was an enemy of the state, essentially. They use phrases like Jericho operation and plots to overthrow in China and secrete people out of the country. Can you and your brother, they say, admitted to these allegations? Do you believe your brother's confession? Do you believe he had anything to do with any of these types of allegations?
It's hard to say about the confession. It's hard to say. But Kenneth was there legally with permission as a businessman, and he led 18 tours over 2 years as a tour operator into North Korea. And he had built working relationships, and he didn't have any reason to suspect that he would have any kind of trouble, because that was his livelihood, and he had a passion for introducing the West to this side of North Korea he found to be, what he called purity of the people and the land. And that was his job and his passion. And, he is a man of faith, and I'm afraid that his Christian convictions might have gotten him in trouble.
But he was not running an underground railroad. That's your understanding?
No.
Because that's important, right? That goes to the substance of what they say. So now it gets to the idea of how do you get him out? Unfortunately, this is not the UAE where we just saw Qasem get released, the man who made the spoof video. The U.S. has very well-developed relationships with the UAE. Here, with North Korea, there is almost no diplomatic energy going on. What is your best information about the U.S. State Department, what they're doing, and what they say they can do?
You know, we can beg our case and plead all we want to the leaders of DPRK and to please show mercy and grant amnesty and let Kenneth go. But I don't think that's going to happen all on its own. I think it's going to take more to bring him home, and I think it's going to take more immediate intervention by the United States government to bring Kenneth home. And I don't know exactly what that's going to look like and what it's going to take. But one thing that's been made clear through communications from Kenneth, through all the letters and a couple of phone calls he's been allowed to make over the last 14 months, that it's going to take help and intervention from our government to secure his release.
And do you believe you're getting any help? Is it about just more help or the right help? Are you satisfied with what's happening on our state side?
Kenneth is my brother. I love him. And, you know, he's been there way too long. And every day he's there is too long. And I do believe the U.S. government wants to see him home. But I implore with our leaders to take more urgent action, more proactive measures to secure release for Kenneth Bae. After 14 months, he's the longest detained American and the only one to have served time in the labor camp until his health failed. And it's long past time for him to come home.
We are making calls to the State Department every day to find out what's going on with this situation. We will keep attention on the story because it deserves it, and we'll do it as often as we can. And I guess for that, we do actually have to thank Dennis Rodman for giving us an opportunity to bring your brother's story back into the media. Terry, I know these are always difficult conversations for you, but your advocacy is for the best of reasons. Thank you for joining us on New Day.
Thank you.